What are we doing, man? What are we doing? The Chicago Bears snatch defeat from the jaws of victory yet again as they lose to the Atlanta Falcons on the road by a score of 27-24 to drop to 3-8 on the season. What's going on, guys? I'm back with another Chicago Bears post-game reaction video, which I'll be doing after every single Bears game this year. So if you guys want my thoughts after each Bears game, definitely be sure to subscribe to my channel. And let me not waste any time, guys. Let's talk about the final sequence of this game because every Bears fan is talking about it, okay? And it led to Justin Fields getting hurt as well, which I really hope, I really pray that QB1 is fine. He got hurt on his left shoulder while running with the football at the end of this game. And according to reports, it might be a sprain. I'm not totally sure about that. So check the news for what actually happened to him. Hopefully it's not like a very bad injury. Hopefully it's only a sprain and nothing more. And hopefully it's not even a sprain. Hopefully it's just him getting dinged up. But he did have to get carted off after this game because he took such a beating in this game. And for some reason, guys, Luke Getsy, our offensive coordinator, which I know he's done a lot of good things this year, okay? Luke Getsy has enabled the Bears offense to score 24 plus over the last month. So I'm not trying to only hate on Luke Getsy here, but why the hell would you call another quarterback run, okay? A quarterback draw after Fields took a massive hit and was hurt after the first quarterback run. I mean, I question even the first quarterback run because at the end of the game with not much time left on the clock, you were going to have to drop back probably and pass the football down the field, which I know that Fields did throw a pick at the end of this game. On third, I think it was third down after getting injured too. So I'm not sure if the injury played into that, but regardless, it was a high ball to David Montgomery. Some people were saying it was intended for Mooney, but regardless, it was a high ball to Monty. It got tipped, it got picked, which sucks, okay? I'm not trying to say that Fields was not without fault at the end of this game, okay? He did mess up at the end, probably, but guys, what the heck was that final sequence? Why would you call two back-to-back quarterback runs, especially after the first one in which a quarterback got hurt? Like, that made no sense to me at all. What are you doing with your franchise quarterback, Luke Getsy? Like, I totally get that running with Fields was working for the majority of the last month, but at some point, you do have to develop a drop-back passing game. And yes, I do understand we probably don't have the personnel to do that consistently because our pass blocking up front is not good, okay? It's not good whatsoever. We saw that in this game against a Atlanta Falcons defense that ranked bottom of the league in terms of pressure percentage. We still gave up 5 sacks, which, yes, a couple of the sacks maybe were on Justin Fields. He could have gotten rid of the ball a little bit faster, but on some of those plays, guys, pressure came towards him within like 2.5 seconds. What do you do as a young quarterback in that situation? So yes, I do understand, okay, the personnel is not necessarily there, but having Justin Fields have 18 carries in this game, that's just not sustainable, guys, for the long term. I know that, Lamar Jackson, Deshaun Watson, Michael Vick, they've done these things. And I'm not trying to say that you should never run with Justin Fields because that mobility is a big asset to his game. But in this game specifically, it was just way too much, okay? Especially when on the last drive before the final drive, Fields was making a handful of plays with his arm, okay? You guys saw the second to last drive, he had a dime down the field to Monty in which he escaped the pressure a little bit, led him down the field, delivered the ball right in his hands down the field. That was a insanely good throw by Justin Fields. He also had a couple other plays on that drive on third down in which he mainly used his arm to make those plays. I guess he did buy time with his legs, with his mobility, with his athleticism, but eventually he did pick up the first down through the air with his arm. So we have seen Fields have the ability to pass the football. It's just not been the most consistent thing, and we've also not given him many opportunities to throw the football because this entire offense is mainly, based on his threat as a runner and also on the, running attack of the Chicago Bears. Okay, it's a very run-heavy offense. So I do have question marks about, how long-term sustainably this offense can be because the success we are having, a lot of it is with Justin Fields running with the football. And yes, he's a fantastic runner, okay? He's one of the best in all of football, probably the best right now at the quarterback spot, but at Ohio State, guys, he was a dominant passer of the football. Yes, in this game, he did have some miscues, okay? He had a high ball to Monty, which got picked. He barely missed Mooney going down the field on like a 50-plus. It would have been a 50-plus yard touchdown. Barely missed him, okay? You would like to see him put a little bit more air under that ball so it goes a little bit higher, and Mooney has a better chance to make a catch there. So there were mistakes in this game. And yes, Fields still does not really attempt many tight window passes for whatever reason this year, okay? Maybe that's due to him being too conservative right now, not wanting to turn the ball over, or maybe the coaching staff has said to him to not attempt those passes, which I would have question marks about that. But whatever the case is, okay, Fields, yes, he does have to improve as a passer overall, but the structure around him really is not enabling him to be very successful as a passer. Maybe I shouldn't say successful, because he has been successful for the most part. He's been pretty efficient as a passer over the last month, but he's not been very productive as a passer, okay? He's not getting 250 plus yard passing games because we just simply do not pass the football enough, okay? Yes, he did have a passer rating of 84.0 in this game. He went 14 for 21 for 153 passing yards, 1 passing touchdown, 1 interception at the end. The touchdown was a great ball by Fields to a wide open Mooney on a nice pick play in the end zone. That was a good play call by Getsy. He hit Mooney for the wide open touchdown. And yes, Fields did make a handful of really impressive throws in this game in which he bought time, hit somebody open down the field. But 18 carries for your quarterback is just simply way too much, okay? And a lot of these plays were designed quarterback runs, okay? I know that Fields did have to take off on some of these plays and run, on a passing play, okay, because the play was not there. But a lot of these plays were designed quarterback runs, and I'm just questioning how sustainable that is going to be for the long term. And I really hope that, Justin Fields is okay, that he's going to be back and fine next week. But if he does have to sit out for a couple weeks, I'm also going to be okay with that, obviously, because, like I've been saying this entire year, this year is not about wins and losses. We don't have a very good roster this year. I mean, the Bears are spending the least amount of money on defense. They're spending the second least amount of money on offense. They're basically tanking this year, which, if you agree with that, if you disagree with that, I don't care. But that is the facts, okay? We're not really a good football team this year. We're probably going to have a top 5 draft pick at the end of this year. So if Fields truly is hurt, sit him for a couple weeks, okay? And have Trevor Siemian go out there. He's probably not going to do really good. We're probably going to lose those games because we don't have a good offense surrounding him. But do that if you have to, okay? Because I want my franchise quarterback to be healthy long term. So I know people online and maybe in this comment section are going to say that Justin Fields cost us this game with his pick at the end, with his overthrow in the first half. But that could not be further from the truth, because Justin Fields was the main reason why the Bears were even in this game to begin with. I mean, he was our leading rusher. I know Monty did have 67 yards, but Monty was not very efficient on the ground. He had 3.9 yards per carry only. Treston Ebner was a no-show on the ground. He had 1.3 yards per carry. Pretty poor effort by him. But Fields had 85 yards. 4.7 yards per carry, a touchdown, 2 on the ground, and also he had 153 yards passing as well. So yes, Fields still has to get better. He still has to improve as a passer. He's nowhere near a finished product. He does have to improve in all aspects of his game, but I just cannot say that he was the main reason or even a major reason why the Bears lost, because he is carrying this entire Chicago Bears offense on his back. So you would have liked to see him, put together a game-winning drive at the end, but with the play calls at the end and also with him hurt at the end, I'm still okay with what he did in this game, okay? So that's Justin Fields. Let me talk about the rest of the Bears offense now, and let me talk about the offensive line first, get the bad out of the way first, because going up against the Falcons defense that ranked bottom of the league in terms of sacks per game, in terms of pressure percentage, they allowed 4 sacks in this game, which I do understand, guys. Some of them, yeah, maybe Fields could have gotten rid of the football, but some of those plays, man, they allowed pressure within 2.5 seconds, within 2 seconds, and even with the penalties, guys, we had a lot of penalties in this game on the offensive line. Michael Schofield played a horrible game, struggled to pick up many stunts. He was also a penalty machine in this game, as was Sam Mustipher. I mean, you guys already know my opinions on Sam Mustipher. I don't think he's an NFL level center, and he had a bad false start today. Also struggled to pick up some stunts throughout the game. Cody Whiter also struggled big time in pass protection here and there. And overall, this offensive line simply is not good enough up front to drop back and pass the football. Even when the Falcons were sending 4 sometimes, they were getting pressure on the quarterback. I mean, that's just bad for the Bears offensive line. So obviously offensive line had a rough day. Talking about the receiving game, where was Chase Claypool? Okay, where the heck was Chase Claypool? If you invested a 2nd round pick in this guy, and yes, I understand it's early, he's only been here for 3 weeks, but you would hope that he would be more involved in this offense than he's been so far, okay? Because so far he's basically only been like a short yardage guy, okay? Like a guy that's getting, a pass on a screen pass, or, running like a quick out on like a 5-yard play down the field. Like, he's not really being used as a jump ball winning guy down the field, which is partly due to the fact that the Bears do not pass the football that much. Like, I feel like if we had a better passing offense, he would be more involved. But like, it's kind of disappointing to see his level of usage so far. Okay, he's barely even on the football field. It feels like, I'm not sure how many snaps he actually had in this game. I'll have to go back and see. But like, for the vast majority of this game, Chase Claypool was not even being utilized that much. So that was disappointing. Talking about some positive news though on the offense, Cole Kmet, man, he made one of the best catches I've seen as a Chicago Bears fan. Okay, going down the field with a defender draped all over him, he makes the one-handed grab on a ball which was slightly out of his reach, I thought, but somehow reels the ball in, maintains possession while he's like kind of twisting sideways, and comes down with one of the best catches of the Chicago Bears season. So I'm really impressed, man, by Cole Kmet, because this guy, especially with his blocking too, like, he's making a serious case to be extended maybe by the Chicago Bears next year, because obviously next year is the last year of his deal. But the last month, man, he's made a handful of wow plays for the Chicago Bears offense. And Mooney only had 1 touchdown and 29 yards. He could have had more too if Fields hit him accurately going down the field on that deep ball down the right sideline. Monty also had 54 receiving yards. He got a lot of yards after the catch on his reception. So, you know, overall the Bears offense was pretty decent, but going up against the Falcons defense this week, you would have liked to see them again score 30 plus, which I know is asking a lot from your offense. Like, you can't always score 30 plus every single game, but they could have been better than they were in this game, even though they did score 24 points. Talking about the Bears defense now, they weren't as bad as they were the last month for the most part. Like, they only allowed 20 points in this game. 7 came from the Cordell Patterson touchdown, special teams touchdown, kickoff return touchdown. So they only allowed 20 points. They were pretty good on third down. Only allowed a conversion 2 out of 9 times. Jaquan Brisker had a really nice forced fumble in which he peanut punched that guy. So Brisker keeps on balling out every single week. He's probably our best rookie right now. And, you know, overall the defense was better than they had been, but it still was not good enough, guys. Like, we still do not get enough pressure on the quarterback. In the first half, we allowed 10 points on the defense because we couldn't get to Mariota even while blitzing. Okay, Alan Williams actually threw a bunch of blitzes in the first half, which usually he does not do, but Mariota quickly found the open guy and hit them for like 15, 20 plus yard gains, okay, even while blitzing. And the Bears had 0 sacks in this game. So it's the same story, man, that I've been talking about the last month. The Bears do not have a good enough defensive line. Like, we do not have the guys at the line of scrimmage that are consistently winning their matchups and getting a push at the line of scrimmage, which is enabling these running teams, especially, okay, a team like the Falcons, which runs the football really well. They had 149 yards on the ground, okay, and pounded the rock, especially in that second half, okay, to waste a lot of time from the clock. So I don't know what else I can say about this defense, because I feel like I'm repeating myself over and over again, basically every single video now. We do not have the defensive line talent really to be a dominant defense, and our secondary still could use some work, man. Like, Kyle Gordon, he's getting lost really often throughout his rookie year. And I know that he's really young, so I'm not trying to give up on him, but he's had a lot of growing pains as a rookie, which you hope can be ironed out over the next year. And there's been a lot of cornerbacks in this league that struggled big time in year 1. So yes, he can be fine long term, but he's certainly not doing as well as fellow second round pick Jaquan Brisker is at this point in his career. So that's the defense. Let me talk about special teams now. And that touchdown run to Cordell Patterson that we allowed, that was the difference maker in this game, okay? Because if not for that play, the Bears maybe would have won this game. I'm not sure if, you know, with how the game momentum would have flowed, but we probably would have had a better chance, obviously, of winning this game, because we would have been up. It would have been, I think, 17-7 at that point. And, you know, if we get another stop on defense, you know, get the ball back, it could be looking like a different game. So allowing the touchdown run to Cordell, even though I love the guy, that definitely sucked. There was a brief gap there, which he completely exploded through and ran in for the touchdown. So that sucked. And also we missed a field goal, but I cannot be too mad at Cairo for that, because that was like a 56, 57 yard field goal, which I kind of question even kicking that, because we know that Cairo Santos does not have the leg to attempt like a 55 plus yard field goal. Okay, he's missed those during his Bears career. So overall, guys, another loss for the Chicago Bears, but I'm really not, again, that mad about the losses, because I expected losses. It was a rebuilding year, and this does improve our draft position significantly, okay? Because now we might have like a top 3 draft pick, top 5 draft pick, maybe top 2 draft pick with how bad we have been as of late. And the thing is that we're still losing these games barely, guys. Like, all these games could have been wins for us if a few plays went differently, but the Bears simply cannot figure out how to win these games with the current personnel, okay, and with how young they are. And hopefully next year these games do turn into wins. But let me know what you guys think about this game in the comments down below. I really hope that Justin Fields is fine long term, but as always, bear down.